Good morning, children. So, here we are continuing with the chapter Dissolution of a Partnership Firm. In the previous video, we discussed the last topic which was discussed was the accounts prepared at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm, in which we have studied that we need to prepare realization account, partner's loan account, partner's capital account, and cash or bank account. So, in this part, we are starting with the first account, which is realization account. So, realization account is a special kind of account which is prepared at the time of dissolution of the firm. This account is prepared to find out the profit or loss on the sale of assets and repayment of liabilities. So, this is basically the objective. So, realization account is prepared only and only at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm, and it is prepared to find out the profit or the loss on sale of assets and repayment of liabilities. Realization account is prepared to realize the assets and repay the liabilities. Then thirdly, it is a nominal account. That means it will record all the expenses and losses on the debit side and will record all the incomes and gains on the credit side. Then fourth point is any profit or loss on such account will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio, just like we used to distribute the profit and loss of other accounts. Now, this is the format of realization account. It is the T format. It will have the debit side on the left hand side and the credit side on the right hand side. So, we have to transfer all the assets which can realize any amount or which can be converted into cash. Only those assets, all those assets needs to be transferred to realization account at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm. So, we have to transfer all those assets which can be converted into monetary terms or into cash, and all the assets will be transferred to the debit side of realization account. So, we will write to all assets. That means if the name of asset is there, so to land, to building, to debtors, etc. Then excluding cash or bank, because we need to prepare a separate account for cash and bank. That's why we will not transfer the cash or bank balance to realization account. Then also excluding fictitious assets, because these are the assets, or we can say these are the heavy amount of expenditures which needs to be written off in number of years. So, these cannot be converted into cash. Therefore, fictitious assets like your deferred revenue expenditure, preliminary expenses, etc., these will not be transferred to realization account. Then debit balance of profit and loss account. Again, debit balance of profit and loss account is given on the asset side, but it is not an asset, rather it is an accumulated loss. So, it needs to be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio, just like we used to do till now, and therefore this will also not be transferred to realization account. And loan to a partner. If the firm has given any loan to a partner, then again that will be an asset for the firm, but since we are preparing a separate loan account for the partner, therefore this asset will also not be transferred to realization account. Then after transferring all the assets, debit side, it also records to bank account, and in bracket we have to write amount paid for discharging liabilities. That means whatever liabilities we are paying off, that is an expense for the firm, and since realization account is a nominal account, therefore whatever liabilities have been paid, the money is going from the bank account, bank balance. So, therefore it will be written bank account and will be shown on the debit side since it is an expense. Then thirdly, to bank account again, but this time for expenses on realization, because obviously for selling the assets, for paying off the liabilities, and a number of expenses have to be incurred, which is known as realization expenses or dissolution expenses. So, those expenses when paid in cash is an expense for the firm. The money goes out of the bank balance and will be shown on the debit side of revaluation account. Then also on the debit side, we will show two partners capital account for liability taken over by a partner. So if any liability is paid off, then too it will be shown on the debit side of realization account, or if any liability is taken by the partner, then too that will be shown on the debit side of the realization account. The only difference is if the liability is being paid off, then we will write to bank account, but if the partner is taking away the liability, then we will write to partners capital account. Then another thing which will be shown on the debit side of realization account is to bank account for amount paid for unrecorded liabilities. So all those liabilities which were not recorded in the books, that also needs to be repaid. So when we are repaying the unrecorded liabilities, since they were unrecorded, that means they must have not been transferred to realization account. So therefore we will show the amount separately. Again, since they are being paid off, it is an expense for the firm, so we will write to bank account, and in bracket we need to mention amount paid for unrecorded liabilities. Then I am leaving the last part because that will be explained to you at the end of the format. On the credit side, we will transfer all the liabilities. So all the assets which can be converted into cash needs to be transferred to realization account, and since they are assets, they will be transferred on the debit side. And similarly, all the outside liabilities, that means all those liabilities which are owed by the firm towards the outsiders or the third parties only, needs to be transferred to realization account. And since we are transferring the liabilities, therefore we will be transferring it on the credit side as by all liabilities. That means by the names, by creditors, by outstanding expenses, whatsoever it is. Then which liabilities will be excluded? We will exclude loan from partners. Again, why? Because we are preparing a separate partners loan account, and also it is not treated as an outside liability. Then credit balance of PL account. No doubt credit balance of PL account is given on the liability side, but it is not a liability, rather it is a surplus profit which will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. So therefore this will also not be transferred to realization account. Then what else we will transfer to the credit side? We will transfer by provision on any asset. If we have created any provision, for example, provision for doubtful debts, provision for discount on debtors, provision for depreciation, so all such provisions will also be transferred on the credit side of realization account. Later on you will study that whenever any provision is deducted from the asset on the asset side of the balance sheet, and when we are transferring the asset to the realization account, the asset will be transferred at its book value without deducting the provision, and then provision will be posted or transferred as a liability separately. Then third thing which is shown on the credit side of realization account is amount received on sale of assets. Obviously we are preparing realization account to basically sell the assets and realize the money. So whenever the assets are sold off and the money is realized, since the money realized will be an income, and therefore it will be shown on the credit side of realization account as by bank account. In bracket you will mention amount received on sale of assets. Then the next thing which goes in the credit side of the realization account is amount received from unrecorded asset. Just like unrecorded liabilities, there may be unrecorded assets as well. So if there are any unrecorded asset which were not mentioned in the books and then they are sold off, so it will also be an income and will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account as by bank account, in brackets amount received from unrecorded asset. Then another item which will be shown is by partners capital account for assets taken over by partner. So whether the assets are sold off or the asset is taken over by the partner, both the cases will be shown on the credit side of revaluation account. If the assets are sold off, we will write by bank account, and if the asset is taken over by the partner, so we will write by partners capital account. So after posting all the realization items, we will compare the debit side with the credit side, and if the credit side is more than the debit side, since it is a nominal account, it means the income is more than the expenses, and therefore there will be a profit which will be distributed on the debit side among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. On the other hand, if the debit side is more than the credit side, that means there is a loss since expenses are more than income, and this loss will be distributed among the partners on the credit side in the profit sharing ratio, just like we used to do in case of revaluation account. So this is the format of realization account, what is to be shown on the debit side and what is to be shown on the credit side. Then this is the difference between revaluation account and realization account. So there are three columns. First is basis of distinction, second is revaluation account, and third is realization account. So the first basis of distinction is when prepared. So revaluation account is prepared on the admission, retirement or death of a partner, whereas realization is prepared at the time of dissolution of partnership firm. Then object of preparation or objective of preparation. So revaluation account is basically prepared to make necessary adjustments in the value of asset and liabilities, or we can say revaluation account is prepared to revalue the assets and reassess the liabilities, whereas realization account is prepared to find out the profit or loss on the sale of assets and repayment of liabilities. Then the result. Even after the preparation of revaluation account, the firm continues to function, though with the changed relationship among the partners, because revaluation is prepared at the time of reconstitution of partnership. That means the business doesn't come to an end, rather the agreement comes to an end and the business continues with a new agreement. Whereas in case of realization account, the firm comes to an end after preparation of realization account. Then the last one is value of assets and liabilities recorded. So in case of revaluation account, only the difference between the book values and revised values of asset and liabilities is recorded in this account. That means in case of revaluation account, we only record the increase or decrease in the value of assets and liabilities. But in case of realization account, book value of assets and liabilities, the realized value of assets and the actual payment of liabilities is recorded in this account. That means first of all the assets and liabilities are transferred at their book value, and after that the value of asset realized and the liabilities paid off is recorded. So these are the differences between revaluation account and realization account. Now the journal entry is related to realization account. First case is for payment of realization expenses. So there are a number of cases regarding realization expenses payment. So case number 1 is when the expenses are paid by the firm. That means the firm is paying the expenses. So it is considered as an expense for the firm and we will be debiting realization account, and since the expenses are paid by the firm, the money is going from the cash or the bank balance, so we will credit to cash or bank account. So the entry for payment of realization expenses by firm will be realization account debited to cash or bank account, that is for expenses paid by the firm. Case number 2. When realization expenses are paid by the partners on behalf of the firm. That means firm was supposed to pay it, but the firm is not paying on behalf of the firm for the time being. The partners are paying it. So in that case, the entry will be realization account debited because it is a realization expense and expenses carry a debit balance, to partners capital account because since the partners have paid it on the behalf of the firm, so now firm needs to pay it back to the partners, due to which their capital is increased. So the entry will be realization account debited to partners capital account for expenses paid by partners on behalf of the firm. Then case number 3. when the expenses are borne by the partner for which some fixed amount has been paid to the partners by firm. That means whenever the expenses of realization have to be borne by the partners, have to be paid by the partners, for which the firm has given them some fixed amount of remuneration. So in that case, the entry would be again realization account debited because it is in realization expense, to partners capital account because of certain amount of fixed remuneration has been added to partners capital, which would increase it for expenses borne by the partners. Then case number 4, when the expenses are borne by the partner and paid by the firm. That means when the firm has paid the money or expenses on behalf of the partner was supposed to bear it. It was not an expense for the firm. So in that case, partner's capital account will be debited because the firm has paid it on behalf of the partner, and it will take it from the partner's capital, due to which the partner's capital will reduce. So it will carry a debit balance. And since for the time being it is paid by the firm, therefore cash or bank balance would decrease, and therefore we will credit to cash or bank account. So in this case, the entry will be partner's capital account debited to cash or bank account, that is for expenses paid by the firm. Then case number 5, when the expenses are borne by the partner out of his own pocket. That means no remuneration is given to the partner for the payment. Nobody is paying on the behalf of the partner. Nothing is there. The partner has the personal liability of paying and bearing the realization expenses. So in such a case, no entry will be passed. Then note, when the question is silent about the realization expenses, that means who is bearing it, who is paying it, etc. So it is assumed that these expenses are paid by the firm, and the normal entry will be there, realization account debited to cash or bank account. So these were the cases and entries related to realization expenses. Now the next, for closing assets account. So point number 1, all the assets of the firm except cash or bank are transferred to realization account at the time of dissolution at their book value. Very important. And any provision such as provision for doubtful debts will be shown on the credit side of realization account. That means if the debtors are shown at 10,000 minus provision 2,000, that means net amount of debtors is shown as 8,000. Then in that case, debtors will be transferred to realization account at the book value 10,000, and provision of 2,000 will be transferred separately. 8,000 will not be transferred. So all the assets which can be converted into cash, and except for cash or bank balance or any fictitious assets as discussed earlier while discussing the format, will be transferred to the debit side of realization account, and any provision will be transferred on the credit side of realization account separately. Then point number 2, only those assets, as discussed, only those assets will be transferred which can be converted into cash. Fictitious assets such as debit balance of profit and loss account, because it is an accumulated loss, it needs to be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. Deferred revenue expenditure, again the same process, accumulated loss, are not transferred, rather it is distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. Then the entry for transferring asset. Entry would be realization account debited because we are transferring to realization, and since asset carry a debit balance, but when it is transferred it will carry an opposite balance in case of journal entry. So therefore we will credit asset account. So realization account debited to asset account. If the asset is specified, then we will specify the name. For example, realization account debited to land account, to building account, to furniture account, and so on. So this is the entry for asset transferred to realization account. Then entry for transfer of fictitious assets. Since fictitious assets will not be transferred to realization account, rather it will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. So, and since it is an accumulated loss, it will reduce the partner's capital, and therefore partner's capital will be debited. So partner's capital account debited to fictitious asset account. For example, to accumulated losses, to preliminary expenses, etc. Then for transferring provision. Since provision carry a credit balance, so it will be transferred on the credit side of realization account, and since it carries a credit balance, so while transferring it will carry an opposite balance in case of journal entry, therefore provision will be debited. So the entry for transferring provision to realization account will be provision account debited to realization account, that is for transfer of provision to realization account. And similarly, if the name of the provision is specified, we will use the name. For example, provision for doubtful debts account debited, provision for depreciation account debited, provision for discount on debtors account debited, etc. So these are the entries related to asset and provision. Then for sale of assets or assets realized. So whenever the assets have been sold off and the money is realized, obviously money is coming in, so we will debit cash or bank account debited. And since now asset doesn't exist because it is already transferred to realization account, so in place of asset we will credit to realization account. So the entry for sale of asset will be cash or bank account debited to realization account. Then the next entry, when an asset is taken over by a partner. If the partner takes away the asset, so definitely by that amount the partner's capital will not be paid, it will be reduced. So therefore we will debit partner's capital account and we will credit realization account because the asset is already transferred to realization account. Then if any asset is given to the creditor for payment in full or part, in this case no entry is passed. That means for paying off creditors, if any asset is given to them, so in creditor and asset both are transferred to realization account. So in both the places we cannot write creditors or asset, we will have to write realization. So ultimately the entry would become realization account debited to realization account. So therefore there will be no entry in such a case. And then note, if the question is silent about the realization of assets, we assume that the asset has not realized any amount. That means unless and until it is specified in the question which assets have been sold off, which assets have been realized in cash, then in that case we will assume that certain asset has not realized any money. For example, if there are two assets in the business, furniture 50,000, land 20,000. So if the question says furniture was sold off for 40,000 and no information is given about land, so we will assume that land has not realized any value. So these are the entries related to transfer and sale of asset. Now the third one is for closing liability account. First point, only those liabilities will be transferred to realization account which belongs to the outside party as discussed earlier. For example, creditors, bills payable, provident fund, etc. So only outside liabilities will be transferred, and as we have discussed in the retirement chapter, provident fund is an outside liability, therefore it will be transferred at the time of dissolution. Then second point, partner's loan account will be prepared separately and will not be transferred to realization account as we have already discussed. Then third point, any undistributed profit given in the question, for example, credit balance of profit and loss account, reserve, general reserve, will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio as we used to do it. So entry for transferring liability. Since liability carry a credit balance, it will be transferred on the credit side of realization account, and while transferring in an entry in the journal case, it will carry an opposite balance, so liability account will be debited. And where are we transferring? We are transferring it to realization account. So therefore entry for transferring liability will be liability account debited to realization account. Then next entry is for payment of outside liability. So since liabilities are already transferred to realization account, so we will debit realization account instead of liability, and since we are paying it off, therefore cash is going out or bank balance is reducing. So therefore we will credit to cash or bank account. So the entry for payment of outside liability would be realization account debited to cash or bank account for payment of outside liabilities. Then the third entry is for when any partner takes over the liability. So again, in case of liability, in place of liability, we will debit the realization account since liability is already transferred to realization account. And when the partner is taking the liability, definitely his capital will increase and therefore we will credit to partner's capital account. So the entry when any partner takes over the liability will be revaluation account debited to partner's capital account. Note, if the question is silent about the payment of liability, it is assumed that it has been paid off in full. Just the opposite of asset note. In case of asset, if no information is given about the realization of asset, we assume that the asset has realized no value, 0. But in case of liability, if no information is given about the payment of liability, then we will assume that the liabilities have been paid in full. For example, if there were creditors rupees 5,000 and bills payable worth rupees 4,000. So if the question says creditors have been paid 3,000 and no information is given about bills payable, so we will assume that bills payable have been paid in full. So these are the entries for liability. So these were the journal entries related to realization account. Now we are heading towards the new topic, that is adjustment of workmen compensation reserve. So case number 1, when there is no claim or liability on workmen compensation reserve, that we already know what is to be done. In such a case, the entire amount of workmen compensation reserve is credited to the capital account of the partners in their profit sharing ratio, just like we used to do. If there is no claim on WCR, workmen compensation reserve, so the entire reserve will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio, and the entry will be the same which we have been studying in the past few chapters, that is workmen compensation reserve account debited to partners capital account. Then case number 2, when the amount of liability or claim is less than the amount of workmen compensation reserve. So amount equal to liability is credited to realization account because it is a liability. It will be transferred to realization account credit side, and the remaining amount is credited to the capital accounts of partners in their profit sharing ratio. That means if there is a claim given in the question on workmen compensation reserve, so the amount of claim out of reserve, if it is less, it will be transferred to the credit side of realization account as by workmen compensation claim. If you write by workmen compensation reserve in case of realization account, it will be wrong. You have to write by workmen compensation claim because you are transferring the claim amount. And then the remaining surplus will be distributed among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. So the entry will be workmen compensation reserve account debited to realization account with the amount of claim and to partners capital account in the profit sharing ratio with the surplus amount. Then case number 3, when the amount of liability is more than the workmen compensation reserve. So the entire amount of workmen compensation reserve is credited to the realization account. The journal entry is workmen compensation reserve account debited to realization account. Since the claim is more than the reserve, that means there is no surplus left in the reserve, and therefore the reserve cannot be transferred to partners capital account. The entire amount of reserve is to be transferred on the credit side of realization account so that it can be utilized further in paying off the claim and liabilities. So the entry will be workmen compensation reserve account debited to realization account. Then case number 4, when the amount of claim is equal to workmen compensation reserve. Again, if it is equal, that means again there is no surplus left in reserve and therefore nothing will be transferred to partners capital account. So in such a case, the amount of workmen compensation reserve will be transferred to realization account. The journal entry will be workmen compensation reserve account debited to realization account. So these were the cases related to workmen compensation reserve. Then in this video we have discussed the format and concept and entries related to realization account. So I hope all these are clear to you children. Now this is the assignment based on this video. You have to answer the following questions in your register. Question number 1, you have to give the objective of preparing realization account. So realization account is prepared to calculate the profit or loss on account of realization of assets and repayment of liabilities at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm. Also state any of its two characteristics. So you can write realization account is prepared to realize the assets and repay the liabilities, and it is a nominal account. Then question number 2, you have to prepare the format of realization account. So for this you can prepare this format which we have discussed as an answer to this question. Then question number 3, state any two differences between realization account and revaluation account. So you can write the difference as realization account is prepared at the time of dissolution of the partnership firm, whereas revaluation account is prepared at the time of admission, retirement or death of a partner. Then you can write, in case of after preparing realization account, the business cannot continue, but after preparing the revaluation account, the business continues with the new agreement among the partners. The differences needs to be written off in a tabular form. And then question number 4, give the journal entries for the following. A, when realization expenses are paid by the firm. So the entry would be realization account debited to cash or bank account. B, when realization expenses are paid by the partners on behalf of the firm. The entry will be realization account debited to partners capital account. Then C, when the realization expenses are borne by the partner for which some fixed amount has been paid to the partners by firm. The entry will be realization account debited to partners capital account. D, when the realization expenses are borne by the partner and paid by the firm. So the entry will be partners capital account debited to cash or bank account. And E, when the realization expenses are borne by the partner out of his own pocket. In this case, there will be no entry. Question number 5, give the journal entries for the following. For transferring provision to realization account, the entry will be provision account debited to realization account. Then for transfer of fictitious asset to realization account, the entry will be realization account debited to fictitious asset account. Then entry for transferring asset to realization account, the entry will be realization account debited to asset account. Then question number 6, give the journal entries for the following. A, for sale of assets or assets realized, the entry will be cash or bank account debited to realization account. Then when an asset is taken over by a partner, the entry would be realization account will be credited and partners capital account will be debited, that is partners capital account debited to realization account. And if any asset is given to the creditor for payment in full or part, in this case no entry will be passed. Then question number 7, give the journal entries for the following. A, entry for transferring liability. So in this case the entry will be liability account debited to realization account. Then for payment of outside liability, the entry will be realization account debited to cash or bank account. Then when any partner takes over the liability, the entry will be realization account debited to partners capital account. So these are the question and answers which you are required to do in your register. You can obviously take the help of the video as well as the notes which will be given to you further. Go through the video once again, children. Revise the topics we have discussed in the previous and this video. Do the learning part and complete all the written work, children. Also revise the format. Thank you, children. Revise the entries as well. Take care.